Hello everybody, today's lesson is going to be ocean pollutions. So, how much trash do you see on the beach? I know that every time I'm at the beach, I always see some small plastics, some larger plastics, anything from balloons to bottle caps. But one thing that I really want to make clear in this lesson is that trash is not the only type of pollution. When I bring up pollution in a lot of my classes, the first thing that comes up is trash, like plastic and cans and water bottles. But that is just one form of pollution. Other forms that are sometimes overlooked are things like gases that come from factories and vehicles. So what is pollution? Why is it bad? Where is it from? Well, pollution is the presence in or introduction into the environment of a substance or thing that has a harmful or poisonous effect. Some environmental pollution occurs when pollutants contaminate the surroundings, which brings about changes that affect our normal lifestyles drastically. And so, as I mentioned before, there are many types of pollution. So some types of pollutants are air, water, soil, radioactive, noise, heat, and light. I get a lot of questions about light pollution. The lights that we use in our houses and to light up the streets and cities, they do leave a type of pollutant. If you were to go to Catalina Island or somewhere off the coast of California at night and you were to look back towards California, you will be able to see this kind of glowing layer over all of Southern California, but it'll glow brightest over Los Angeles and Orange County and San Diego. So light actually does leave a type of pollutant. So where does pollution come from? Dumping solid waste, industrial activities, which would be factories, vehicles like our cars, population overgrowth, combustion of fossil fuels like CO2 and CO, and agricultural waste. So why is this bad? Well, although many sources of pollution do good things, their aftermath is detrimental. So although our factories, which are making necessities for human life, are doing things that we need, the process of making those substances and those products are actually more negative than the good they're doing. So marine life is greatly affected by pollution. Every living being depends directly on water, so it has taken a heavy toll on the entire living population. More than 60% of species live in some form of water. So more than 60% of species of all animals on the earth are directly affected by ocean pollution, while most others are indirectly affected. So how is marine life affected? Well, sewage causes bacteria and disease to grow. And organic and inorganic compounds in water can change the composition of the precious resource. So pollutants in the ocean and other bodies of water can actually change the chemical composition of the water. Low levels of dissolved oxygen in the water are also considered a pollutant, caused by the decomposition of organic materials such as sewage introduced to the water. So when we are putting pollutants in the oceans and in other bodies of waters like lakes and streams, we are greatly affecting the environments and the ecosystems in those bodies of water. So not only animals, but humans are directly affected by pollution too. The most apparent one that humans are directly affected by right now is global warming, or the greenhouse effect. So in the greenhouse effect, gases are trapped in the Earth's atmosphere, and these gases actually slightly warm the Earth. So why is this greenhouse effect important? The emissions of greenhouse gas, CO2, is leading to global warming. New factories are being built, new vehicles come on roads, trees are cut down. All of these events increase the amount of CO2 in the environment. And us living in California, we don't really feel the effects of the slight global warming that has occurred over recent years. But in places like Antarctica, where The environment depends on the temperature being very low. Slight increases in temperature are actually very detrimental. The increase in CO2 leads to melting of polar ice caps, which increases the sea level and poses a danger for people living near the coastal areas and ecosystems all around the world. So by the ice caps slightly melting, we are actually affecting ourselves all around the world in all coastal areas. So evidence of pollution is closer than you'd expect. As stated by the San Diego Union Tribune in 2001, Cottonwood Creek has been a nagging pollution source for Moonlight Beach, and something the city has been trying to fix. The small creek, which drains a 4 square mile area, flows primarily through cement culverts under Encinitas Boulevard. Storm drains dump into the creek, sending contaminated urban runoff directly into Moonlight Beach. So here's an example of pollution sources and runoff in our area. So we can do something about it, right? Yes. All small steps help pollution all around the world. For example, Starbucks is using strawless cups. Grocery stores are making plastic bags cost money. For example, where I live, a plastic bag costs 10 cents, and they're selling reusable bags to support using reusable products. And at home, use glass, silver, and reusable plates, cups, and forks instead of one-time use plastic like paper, plates, and plastic utensils. So that's it for today's lesson. I hope you enjoyed.